Hey guys, welcome to my webinar. My name is Antonio Sini. I am a certified personal trainer with the American College of Sports Medicine. And today's topic is going to be workout to get the stress out, how exercise can help alleviate and reduce stress that affects our lives. Before I get started, I just want to thank My Therapy NYC for hosting this and having me. They are a wellness and counseling center that provides services for couples and individuals. So if you need someone to talk to, certainly see them. Again, it's My Therapy NYC. Also, I want to say a few things about the webinar before we get started. There is a poll question, so feel free to take a second and answer that. We're going to go over it at the end, sort of trying to figure out what it is that prevents you from exercising. Hopefully we can figure out ways to get around some of these obstacles. The other thing is questions. If you have any questions, feel free to post them up while I'm talking. I will try my best to answer them. I may have to wait till after the webinar is over, but I'll keep my eye on there, and we'll see how many of those we can get answered in the time that we have. So again, welcome. My name is Antonio. I am a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for well over 20 years. I am a co-owner of a personal training studio here in New York City called Progressive Personal Training with my business partner, James Camastra. We do one-on-one personal training and small group training in groups of 4 people at a time. I am super passionate about fitness. I want to give you guys a little bit of background about myself so you feel confident and you trust in what I talk about and what I say, and hopefully you get a lot of good information from it. But I've been a personal trainer for over 20 years. I started my way up from working in these big box gyms as a lowly personal trainer, walking the floor, hoping someone would train with me. And along the way, I've built up my education and gotten multiple certifications. I've worked with many, many people, hundreds of people, all walks of life, all different issues. And I feel that over the years I've been able to really get a good grasp and understanding of how to give people the kind of workouts that they're looking for based on need, wants, and sometimes things they don't even realize they need or want, which I provide. So I want to thank you again for coming. Let's get this started. We're going to go to the presentation. All right, signs you may be experiencing chronic stress. Now, chronic stress is stress that is sort of building up over time. You know, a sick relative that you've been trying to take care of, something going on at work, a deadline that you need to meet in the next couple of weeks or couple of months that's really been stressing you out. Chronic stress is sort of kind of slowly and over time building up and causing all kinds of issues. Some of those issues, insomnia, sleeping poorly, not feeling really good at night, getting up multiple times, your brain starts thinking you can't get back to bed, or even just short periods of time. You go to bed, you're exhausted, 4 hours later you're up and you can't go back to sleep. Those are signs of insomnia, signs of stress. Fatigue, lack of energy throughout the day, you're tired, you're not feeling good. Maybe you are getting enough sleep, but you just still feel really tired. That's another big sign of stress. Headaches, migraines especially. Anyone who knows who's under a lot of stress, you know, you grab your temple, it hurts. You get those headaches, tense muscles. Clients come in all the time with tons of stress, and the first thing we notice is the tense around their shoulders, around their neck. This is a big sign of stress. High blood pressure, something you may not know you have, or maybe you do. You've gone to the doctor said your blood pressure is high. Anxiety. Right? You're anxious about things, maybe you snap a little bit, that leads into irritability and anger. You just kind of got a short fuse. Things are really, really weighing on you, and these are all big signs of chronic stress. How stress affects our body. So we have a musculoskeletal system, cardiovascular system, and endocrine system. Okay? Let's talk about musculoskeletal system. Chronic stress causes the muscles in the body to be in more or less constant state of tension. This is what I was talking about, that tension in your shoulders and your neck. When muscles are taut and tense for long periods of time, this triggers other reactions in the body. The tension in the body causes headaches and migraines. This is associated with chronic muscle tension. Again, shoulders, neck, and head. Cardiovascular system, okay? Chronic stress or constant stress experienced over a prolonged period of time can contribute to long-term problems for heart and blood vessels. High blood pressure, that's a big one. This consistent and ongoing increase in heart rate and blood pressure can take a toll on the body. This long-term ongoing stress can increase the risk of hypertension, heart attack, or stroke. Who wants to have that, right? So big problem for people who are highly stressed. Very big prone. These A-type Wall Street guys who have, these jobs where they're working so many hours and then going out and entertaining and drinking and getting home late and not getting any sleep. We see these guys all the time with all kinds of heart problems. A lot of them end up getting heart attacks in their 60s. Endocrine system. When the body is stressed, it produces the hormone epinephrine and cortisol, right? This makes the liver produce glucose, a blood sugar that we need for energy in fight or flight, okay? In a car or in a taxi and you're driving, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, another car comes, it's about to hit you, okay? Your body goes into a fight or flight response. You immediately tense up, all right? Your body releases cortisol, and you're just getting ready for this impact. This is a huge stress on the body, but the body is prepared. The heart rate is up. These are the kinds of stresses that protect us, okay? Now, the chronic stress that I was talking about earlier is a smaller version of that happens over time that you don't realize, right? It's not like something immediately that just kind of hits you, right? It's sort of like when the elevator shifts and you're in the elevator, whoa, you think you're about to fall, 20 flights. This is a flight or fight response. Cortisol is released, and epinephrine and all kinds of neurotransmitters in the body, okay? So this is the endocrine system. This is what's happening in your body. Let's go back to the PowerPoint here real quick. The glucose gets released into the blood, okay? And this is important, but if too much of it is released, the body is not able to reabsorb all that blood sugar, even if you're stressed again and again. Some people, especially those vulnerable to type 2 diabetes, that extra blood sugar can mean disaster. It can be a big problem, all right? So this is something that you have to think about. Other systems affected by chronic stress, respiratory, okay? Your breathing is short. Just you're not getting enough oxygen in your lungs, which means not enough oxygen in your brain. Gastrointestinal, you can't eat, you get stomach aches, you have to go to the bathroom often because, irritable bowel syndrome is often caused by stress, right? That's a gastrointestinal issue. Nervous system, reproductive system, impotency. These are things that are affected by stress. Exercise. So let's talk about exercise, all right, and what that means for us and, why it's good for us. Weightlifter. She's pretty strong. Fact 1, people who exercise regularly tend to have better moods, suffer from less depression, less anxiety, and experience more general feelings of well-being, right? Happy. I want to be happy. I know you do too. Fact 2, exercise improves self-esteem. Being in better shape changes not only physically, but also mentally. It makes you feel more empowered, which leads to a happier mood, right? My friend the other day said, beach season's coming. It's time to exercise. She was not very happy about it. She was actually in great shape in my eyes, but to her, she felt like she was in terrible shape. And so she wasn't ready she was stressing about the fact that summer was coming and she was going to have to wear sleeveless shirts. So, exercise is what I told her. Fact 3, aerobic exercise is known to release endorphins in the brain, a natural drug that makes us more energetic. more awake, and yes, happier. Endorphins help counter many negative effects of stress. You guys remember those negative effects? So the endorphins help with anxiety. They help with irritability. Endorphins also give us energy. So if you're lacking energy and you feel fatigued, endorphins help with that stuff. Aerobic exercise equals endorphins. Yay! Right? Let's talk about that for a second. Now, there's a lot of studies out there that talk about this runner's high and what that means. So I just want to talk about that. Now, and the endorphins that are released in your body they are released when you exercise at a moderate to rigorous pace. So long-term aerobic activity, such as, let's say you're going to run on the treadmill for an hour, or you're training for a marathon or a half marathon, and you're out there, you're running an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. This is when the body is really releasing endorphins. This is what makes us feel amazing. It's like a positive drug. It makes us feel good. If you've never experienced it, if you're not an aerobics person, you don't work out for long periods of time like that, you may not know what I'm talking about, but this is an actual chemical reaction that happens in the body. Now, at a much smaller level, okay, when we exercise, other things are released, okay? We have dopamine, we have norepinephrine, serotonin, and endorphins at a much slower level. But all these things combined help with all the things that I talked about with stress, right? They make us feel good, they give us more energy, they help us sleep at night, they make us feel happier, okay? So even if you're not getting a full runner's high, you're still getting a sort of a smaller kind of happy high when you exercise. It's a proven fact. This is the body releasing these chemicals after you go through rigorous activity or even moderate activity. Even walking for 30 minutes at a nice pace is going to release these hormones and make you feel better. And that's why it's important to exercise. Let's go back to the presentation here for a second. Other benefits of exercise, all right? Controls our weight. All right, this is good because we don't want to walk around feeling like we're carrying excess weight, right? Our clothes don't fit so good. We don't feel so good. So this is great. Everybody knows exercise helps us lose body fat, and that's important. Helps combat health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and arthritis. Now, I personally have some arthritis in my body, and I know if I don't exercise for a few days at a time, my knees, my elbows, and my shoulders start to hurt. When I get back on my mountain bike and I ride or I do some weights, those aches and pains go away. So I can tell you from personal experience that that is true, and that is a benefit of exercise. Boosts energy and improves mood. Absolutely. Exercise makes us feel better and gives us more energy. There is no question about it. Promotes better sleep. Work out for an hour and a half at the end of your workday and tell me if you don't fall asleep right away when you get home, okay? It definitely promotes better sleep and sleep throughout the night. It helps us be able to not have to get up several times in the night or think about things, or, these are some of the benefits of exercise. It can help with your social life. The jump and the increase in these group fitness classes all over the place, these are social scenes. You are going to meet people that are similar to you, that have the same interests as you. And exercise and going to these classes, or even just meeting up with a friend and going to the park for a long walk. These things are good for our social life. They're good for us. So what does all this help with, right? What does all these things help with? Stress. We have all kinds of things going on in our lives. We have elderly parents we need to take care of. We have work deadlines we need to meet. We're even stressed in our relationships, our marriages, our significant others. There's all kinds of stress surrounding us, getting to work on time, and these things are constant. Everyone has some level of stress. If you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling, aches and pains, this is all stress related, and these are things that exercise can help you with. Now, how much exercise do you need? Engaging in 30 minutes of physical activity each day is a good start. I wrote physical activity out for a reason, not exercise, but physical activity. Physical activity can be anything that elevates your heart rate and keeps you moving, including doing housework, walking your dog, gardening, or playing with children. These are activities that you are doing consistently for 15, 20, 30 minutes, nonstop, and these things are good for us, okay? Now, of course, if you want to lose weight or meet specific fitness goals, you will need to exercise more. Your goal should be at least 2 hours of exercise per week. Now, what does that mean? Can you go Monday and go to the gym and work out for 2 hours straight and you're good? Yeah, not really. I think going to the gym and working for 2 hours straight might be more stressful than less stressful, right? You want to kind of space it out a little bit. A combination of vigorous and moderate aerobic exercises such as running, walking, or swimming, along with strength training at least twice per week is what I recommend. All right, so if you're going to do 4 sessions of 30 minutes each, every other day you're doing 30 minutes of something, going to the gym, that is going to be a very good program, a very good stress maintenance, stress reduction program. Of course, if you're looking to get in shape for a marathon or a century bike ride or a triathlon, you're going to need to do much more than that, okay? But right now we're just talking about the basics to feel good and relieve stress. All exercise is good exercise. Exercise is one of the best ways to reduce stress, right? We know that now. It can help get your mind off your problems and clear your head. There are many ways you can exercise or heighten your energy and provide stress relief, okay? High energy aerobics like running and spinning, boot camps and total body conditioning classes, yoga and Pilates, martial arts and kickboxing, team sports. Let's talk about this for a second. Exercise. Well, what do I need to do to get in shape? I'm so stressed out right now. Should I just go for a run? Should I just do this? There's different ways to relieve stress, okay? And you need to pick the exercise that works for you. You need to go and find something that, 1, you like, okay, that you enjoy, and 2, that will help you relieve stress, not add more stress to your life, okay? For some people, that's a kickboxing class. Boom, 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 hitting some bags or kicking some bags, man. For some people, that feels great. For other people, that's horrible. That just gives them even more anxiety and more stress, right? Maybe yoga, where you breathe a little bit, you get your body moving, you're going through different poses, it's a more relaxed atmosphere. Maybe that is your stress relief. The point is that you need to find the exercise that works for you and that can help you reduce your stress. So don't think you have to try the latest and greatest things or go to the big gym and hit the weights or run on a treadmill that you've never ran on a treadmill. You have no idea what you're doing, right? Find what works for you. There's so much out there, okay? Even team sports, like joining a softball team or even a runner's club. Something that keeps you engaged. This is where we go back to the social thing, right? If you're joining a team sports, you're meeting people, and that can brighten up your mood, make you feel better. All right, let's go back here. So anything that works for you is what you're going to try. Don't overdo it, all right? Although exercise is a great way to reduce stress, too much can lead to injuries, exhaustion, even depression, which is what we're trying to avoid. If you exercise for hours at a time every day of the week without letting your body rest, you're putting your body under more stress, not less. This can make you exhausted instead of energized and more susceptible to getting sick. Okay, guys? This is a big issue. Now, I'm talking about getting the stress out with exercise, right? Work out to get the stress out, right? We want to work out and have less stress. And a lot of times I'll work with people who are obsessed about losing weight or obsessed about getting in, 5, 6, 7 days of exercise a week. And for some people that may work. Again, if you're training for a big event or exercise has always been a part of your life and you're feel really strong and it makes you feel really good, then go for it. But if it becomes a burden or something that you are stressed about because you're not getting to the gym that day, or there are other things in the way that, simple things like, a communion you have to go to on the weekend. So you're not going to be able to get your run in. It's really freaking you out, right? That's not good. You have to be able to step back and know that when to exercise and how to use exercise to make you feel good, not to stress you out. So don't overdo it. All right. And this is only for a few people that are probably listening right now. Most of you are trying to figure out what you need to do to exercise. Some of you are probably never exercised before in your life. But for a small part of you who exercise a lot, often, maybe too much, take a step back and ask yourself, is it helping me? Is it relieving my stress, or is it causing me more stress? Both physical and mental. Pay attention to that. All right. Exercise a positive part of your life. This benefits cannot be ignored, and you will be happier, feel healthier, become more productive, and have more self-esteem. And of course, have a less stressful life. That is what exercise can do for you. All right, let's talk about the poll question. What do we got? Have you guys been picking off the poll question here? Let's see. We have, what stops you from exercising? It hurts too much, you don't have enough time, lack of motivation or desire, don't have access to a gym or equipment, or embarrassed because you don't know what to do, or you feel unfit. So let's see. I'm looking at the numbers here, and it seems like don't have enough time is the biggest response. Okay? There is no excuse for not finding time to exercise. That is your excuse. That is not because you don't have the time to exercise. That is because you don't know what else to say other than I don't have the time, and you need to make the time. There is no reason that you cannot make the time to exercise. There is time everywhere, okay? In the afternoon, before work, after work, there is time to exercise. You need to make the time. That is the bottom line. Now, I'm sorry to be blunt, but not having enough time to exercise is the worst excuse I have ever heard. Everyone has the time. You need to make the time, especially if you are suffering from all of the stress-related issues that we talked about in the beginning of this webinar. You need to make the time before it's too late and you end up having to go to the doctor because you're sick or something is wrong, you have a nervous breakdown, and then guess what? All these other things that are taking a priority in your life, they're gonna take a back seat to having to go to the doctor's office all the time, or being laid home in bed sick. All right, so make the time so that doesn't happen. The other one was embarrassed because you don't know what to do or you feel unfit. That seems to be the second most answered question. Answer. So listen to me. I am a fitness expert. I have worked in gyms my whole life. Okay? I have dealt with every type of person out there. Okay? When you go to the gym, all right, you are a rock star. Everyone in that gym will consider you a rock star, especially if you walk in that gym completely out of shape and don't look like you don't know what you're doing. People in the gym are proud to be working out, and anyone who joins their tribe, who comes there, who wants to be better, who wants to be fit, they respect those people. They will respect you for being at the gym. They will respect you for trying, and they will give you the kind of energy that you need. They may not say it. They may not come up to you and say, I'm so glad you're here. You look like you've never worked out a day in your life. They're not going to do that, right? But they will respect the fact that you're in there and you're trying to get yourself in shape. And if you don't know what you're doing, there's plenty of people at the gym who can help you. Personal trainers like me, they're all over the place. Ask for some assistance. We sit at the gym. I sat at the gym for hours at a time, hoping someone would come up to me asking me for assistance. That was my job. And 9 times out of 10, I had to go up to people and ask them, if they needed help. If you need help, ask for it. Trust me, they will help you, and they will be so glad that you came up to them looking for help, all right? So please don't feel embarrassed or ashamed because you don't know what you're doing. This is what we live for. When everyone, me, all the employees at every gym I've ever been to, we love when people come in who've never been there, don't know what they're doing. Our job is to help you. We are looking to help you. And the other people in the gym, no one's going to stare at you. No one is going to judge you, okay? They're there because they want to be fit. They know the benefits of fit. They're in the fit tribe. And someone new is coming in. They're like, awesome. I hope this person gets fit. I hope this person finds what they're looking for. So just know that, all right? Get out there and do it. And trust me, you're gonna be surprised at how welcoming the fitness environment can be, okay? Let's go over some questions. I think it's question time. All right, we got a few questions here. First one, let's see. Is walking good exercise? Joe is asking me if walking good exercise. Well, okay. In the past, I have said no, walking is not good exercise, right? But I'm going to take that back. You know, a brisk walk, continuous brisk walk, okay, for someone who is not in very good shape, you probably know who you are, is good exercise. It's a great way to get the heart pumping, get blood to the brain, elevate your mood, all those things we talk about, right, that help with stress. So yes, walking is good exercise as long as it's continuous, without stopping, and brisk. Not a small stroll, but actual kind of almost like a little bit of a power walk. And that's going to be a different speed for everybody, right? So yes, walking is good exercise. Continuous, I'd say 15 minutes minimum. You want to try to do it for 20, 30, 40, an hour, okay? Continuous walk. Let's see, what else? Jim is asking how important it is to change your workout routine that you use each week. All right, Jim. So the question is what are your goals? You know, you don't need to change your workout routine every week, okay? You want to do you want to kind of do the same thing for a couple of weeks so you can see results. If you're constantly changing your workout all the time, you almost don't know if you're getting improvements on those particular things. If we're talking about weight training and things like that, you know, if you want to get stronger, you want to be able to lift a little bit more, you're not really going to be able to see results in a week's time. It's going to take several weeks. So I generally tell people to stick to the same workout program for 4 weeks minimum. Just do the same things, kind of consistent, especially if you're with the weight training, as long as you're mixing it up, depending on what your goals, if you're just looking to condition yourself or get stronger, you know, the weight training is going to be a little bit different. But you need at least 4 weeks of consistent work to see the kind of results that you can measure from the first time you walked in or started working out in that program. So I'd say every 4 weeks is a good time to modify, even change the workout. Let's see what else. Is it okay to work out on an empty stomach? It's an interesting question. If you wake up in the morning and you fell asleep, you know, 10 o'clock at night, you woke up at 7 a.m. and you're at the gym at 9 and you're working out and you haven't eaten anything, yes, that is not good, okay? Number one, you've fasted all night. You haven't had anything to eat. Your body needs a little bit of blood sugar in it in order to optimize and be able to get the energy that you need to get a good workout. So no, that's not a good idea to work out on an empty stomach if it's the first thing you do in the morning. I tell people to drink half a shake or even half a cup of yogurt or even half a banana, just something to get some sugar in the system to get the body and the brain awake and for there to be some energy for you to work out. And again, this is just a basic workout. If you're going in to run on the treadmill for an hour and a half, then you're going to need to plan for that. Get up a little bit earlier, get some food in your system. Now, if it's mid-afternoon and you've had a breakfast or you've had lunch, and let's say, you know, after work at 5 o'clock, you're going to go work out and you haven't eaten for, 3, 4, 5 hours, then yes, it's okay to work out on an empty stomach. You actually might even use more fat for fuel if you haven't eaten for several hours before the workout. Again, it all depends on what you're doing, what the type of workout is. Weight training workouts can tend to be done more on an empty stomach than a cardio workout. A cardio workout, you may require some food in your belly. Shannon's asking me, what are the benefits of yoga? Yoga is amazing. I love yoga. Number one, flexibility is something that people talk about when they talk about yoga. But, if you're inflexible, you're going to get more flexible with yoga. So that's a benefit. But not for everybody, right? Strength, holding the poses, going from one pose to the next, requires you to be able to use your muscles and hold yourself in those positions. So you're going to get stronger. That's a huge benefit. Also, breath work, being able to breathe correctly, get oxygen to your brain, expand your diaphragm, and release that energy, not hold all your breath in your chest, but be able to breathe through your belly. That's something that's commonly talked about and used and focused on in yoga. And that's really, really important. I didn't get into it too much today in the webinar, but breathing is a huge part of being able to release stress. And if you're a chest breather and you're always breathing up here and you never breathe through your diaphragm, through your belly, that's a lot of tension that's held up here, and that is not good. So yoga tends to be able to help us get away from that tension. So yoga, I think, is a great form of exercise for everyone. And some people are like, oh, I'm not into yoga, it's boring, blah, blah, blah. But try incorporate, even if it's only once a month. You may surprise yourself. Let's see, what else? What is the best time of day to work out? Okay. Mike's asking me, what is the best time of day to work out? The best time of day to work out is when you will do it, period. All right? So whenever you can get to work out, go and work out. There is no best time of the day, all right? It's when you can get it in and when you can work out. Now, there's all kinds of theories about, sleep cycles and when we have the most energy throughout the day and all this other stuff, but that's complicated and it's so scientifically, ridiculous. It's not even worth talking about. You work out whenever you can get it in, okay? It can be in the morning, it could be in the afternoon, it could be at night. Whenever you can get it in, you go and work out, all right? There is no best time of the day. The best time is when it's best for you. So I think that's it. I don't know if we have any more questions today. Anybody else have a question out there? Again, I want to thank My Therapy NYC, Counseling and Wellness Services. These guys are great. They're amazing. They do webinars every month. You guys got to check them out. A really, really good operation and a friend of ours, and really proud to be here doing this presentation for them. So I want to thank them again one more time. Again, my name is Antonio Sini. I am the co-owner of Progressive Personal Training on 20th Street here in Chelsea, New York. So if you're looking for a personal trainer, you want to exercise, you need some guidance, you need some help, or you have an injury or something that you're afraid and you want someone to show you what to do, how to exercise and work around it, or even get rid of that pain, we're pretty good at that stuff. So reach out to us. That's our website, progressivepersonaltraining.com. Thank you again for coming, and wonderful day, and happy and healthy to all. Thank you.